Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get crafting. Alright friends, for this DIY, we are going to make a very simple box. And this is going to be to organize toilet paper. Yes, you heard me right. My guest bathroom, we are always in need to just have at least accessible several rolls of toilet paper at hand. So I'm going to create a box that is going to be simple and easy to organize the rolls. This video is sponsored by Cricut. You know who they are. They're awesome. And today I'm going to show you how easy it is to use their products, their machines to organize, refresh, and decorate your home. And in my case, my guest bathroom. So as you can see here, we're just creating a very simple box. This is going to be a 20-inch by about 6.5-inch box. I am using a piece of leftover paneling for the bottom and then 1x3s for the sides. And I'm using wood glue as well as brad nails to attach them nicely together. And now I am going to give the entire thing inside and out 2 coats of regular household white latex paint. While the paint is drying, I'm going to go on Cricut Design Space, and I'm just normally what I do is I measure the space that I have that I want to create a design for, and then I take a square and then I change the size of it to match the space that I have available. That way I know exactly how much space I have and I can size the words and the design accordingly. So for this case, I am going to write take a seat, which I think is pretty clever because this box is going to be actually on top of the back of the toilet seat. So I think it's pretty clever and kind of funny. So as you can see, I'm just going to place it right in the center of that rectangle because that way I'll know exactly how it's going to fit in the space. Now I'm just going to play around with some fonts and see what I like best, and of course adjusting the size as needed to make sure, again, that's going to fit the front of my box. Once I had the font that I liked, today I am going to use Cricut Joy. I usually use the Explorer, which is awesome to work with. Now, the Cricut Joy, it is truly a joy to work with. It's so easy and simple to use. It's so petite. I love, love, love it. So you're going to see it here in a minute. So as you can see, I am just playing around with it. Now, this is the font that I end up liking. And so now I'm just going to delete the box because I don't need that anymore. And now I'm just going to weld it together to make sure that it's going to cut the way I want. Now I'm just going to click Make It. I already have my Cricut Joy set up and linked to my computer. I'm going to use this smart vinyl. This is made for Cricut Joy, and it's black and it's permanent and so easy to work with. You do not need a mat for it. You can just place it right in the machine, which I love. I'm not used to that. So first here, we're going to choose the appropriate vinyl. So I'm just going to choose there the right one. Then I'm going to place, look how cute that little Cricut Joy is. We're just going to place it there. As soon as you start, it'll suck it in. I was kind of taken back. I was like, oh, that's different. So it's just measuring, making sure that you have the right vinyl, the right length, and that is all good. And once it's set up, I'm just going to press go and it starts to cut, guys. So simple, so easy. And now the machine has done its job. I am going to cut the excess vinyl, and then I'm just going to weed out the words, and that's it. I'm going to place some transfer tape on top and get it ready to transfer on my box. Before I apply the vinyl, I am going to distress the box. I am going to just use a makeup sponge here and some Waverly chalk ink paint and just focus on the edges. I'm not looking for perfection because I want it to look distressed. So thick or thin, it don't matter. I just want this to have dimension and a little bit of character, a little bit more of a farmhouse style look. So once I did that on the edges, I let it dry for a couple minutes, and then I'm just going to remove the backing of the vinyl, and that way we'll have the decal nice and ready to apply on top of the box. So it's as easy as just placing it where you want it to be, pressing it down. You can use the Cricut scraper to press it down firmly, and then remove the top clear vinyl or transfer tape, and then you'll have a beautiful box. Now all we have to do is place some toilet paper inside. This box fits 3 toilet papers, kind of snug in there, but that's good because they're not going to fly out. You know, I got kids. So, and then that's it. You're going to see how cute it looks on top of the toilet bowl.
If you're visiting for the first time, guys, my name is Leonette, and this channel is all about DIY home decor, furniture flips, thrift or finds. I'd love to connect with you here. Join our family. I also have an Instagram account that I post daily, multiple times a day, different behind the scenes look. Also, I share like hauls that I do when I go to the thrift store or the hardware store, and I'd love to connect with you there. I do have the link down below in the description box.
For this DIY, we are going to take this piece of leftover scrap wood. It's a 1x8, and I cut it to about, I think it's like 11 inches. It's scrap, so I just used what I had. I give it 2 coats of regular household white latex paint, and now I'm going to take this leftover fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to cut a piece to match the size of the piece of wood, except it's going to be about 1/4 of an inch smaller on each side. I'm going to use Cricut's rotary cutter as well as cutting mat. I love these supplies, guys. Seriously. I am going to have Cricut's website linked down below in the description box. So I'm going to use some heat transfer vinyl. I am going to use the mat for this one. So I just placed it right on the mat. I have everything set. I created it just like I created their other one. When you're doing heat transfer, you do want to have it mirrored. That means it's just going to flip the words backwards. I picked the right vinyl, and now I am going to place the mat, and it's going to start doing its job again. And then once I have it cut, it's a matter of then weeding it out and getting my little mini iron. Look how cute. This is so cute. I love working with like tiny little things like this. So I'm going to weed out the vinyl here. You can see that it's very different. And the words are all going to be backwards because when you iron it on, it's going to look the right way, if that makes sense. So here we are. We are just going to now stick it here. Now, it was lifting on me a little bit, even though it is sticky. So I'm going to use some of the Cricut heat-resistant tape just to kind of keep it in place for a little bit. I am going to put one of these parchment paper on top just for extra safety. And then I'm just going to start ironing it. Now, I did go on the Cricut website, and they do give you the option to place like what vinyl you're using as well as what material, and they tell you exactly how hot to have the iron and how long to iron it for. So it was really, really easy to work with. Once I followed the instructions, now I'm just going to peel it back, and we have a beautiful transferred decal. So then we have back here the board. I am going to use the same technique because it is in my guest bathroom and I want all the decor to have similar look. So today you're going to see a lot of repetitiveness and when it comes to the decor because I do want it to go in my bathroom and I do want it to match. And then once I had the edges distressed, I'm just going to place the fabric right on top. And then using some upholstery tacks, I'm going to hammer one in each corner. And that's it, guys. This one turned out super, super adorable. It's actually one of my favorites from today.
I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night at hers and bring her one of my t-shirts so it smells like her perfume. Now I really get what the love songs are talking about, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
For this next DIY, I am going to take this wreath form. This was already in the bathroom. I just want to give it a little bit of a refresh. So I'm going to place this Target dollar spot wreath that was $3, and I'm going to hot glue it right on top of the one that was already in my bathroom. It's going to make it fuller and a lot more sturdier. Once I have it hot glued, I am going to take some of that same fabric that I used earlier in my previous DIY, and I'm just going to cut about 1-inch strips with the leftover fabric. We are going to make a very simple bow using the fabric as well as some burlap ribbon.
And the way she always dances when she thinks nobody sees, and when she's gonna miss her so, I tell her, baby, please don't go. I think you should stay with me. And I really get what the love songs are talking about.
So as you can see, I put all the strips crisscross on top of each other. I cut 2 pieces of the burlap ribbon. I am going to dovetail the ends, crisscross them again, and then place the strips of fabric right on top. Then I'm going to take some jute twine and just tie it in the middle. And this is going to create a very simple, kind of relaxed bow, which is what I'm looking for. And the fabric is going to match the little picture frame that the little sign we just created. So I think it worked out really, really well. And then after I have it attached to the wreath, it's just a matter of putting it back on the wall in the bathroom. I do have an old window that I have on the wall in the bathroom. So that's where I placed the wreath. And I think it just looks stunning. I love it.
Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
My friends, this month's giveaway is an electric stapler and brad nail gun, which I think is awesome to have in your crafting stash. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is watch and comment. Any comments made in June of 2021 will be entered to win this giveaway. For this DIY, we're going to take another piece of wood. This one is a 1x8 that I got recently at the hardware store. I usually keep a few of 1xs on hand because I work with them all the time. I gave it 2 coats, actually 1 coat first of the latex white paint. And then I decided to add a little shelf. So that's what I'm doing there. I just added a little scrap 1x3 little piece of wood that I had. And I brad nailed it to the bottom there and then gave everything 2 coats of the latex white paint. And this time I used my Explorer machine to cut out the decal that I am going to use because it's going to be a little bit on the larger side. So I did use my Explorer 2, which I am so used to working and I love it. Crafting is so much fun when I have the Cricut machines. It really, really does. All right, so I'm just going to place the decal here on the top and transfer it with some Cricut transfer tape. am now going to add one of these hooks that I usually get on Amazon. I do have them on my Amazon store. A lot of the hardware and supplies that I use on my DIYs, I do have on my Amazon store. So check it out. It is linked down below. So I'm just going to screw it in with 4 screws that came with it. And that's it. I'm going to add a little tiny vase in the front. Oh, I did add a couple of the saw hooks, of course, because we need to hang it. And that's it, guys. I added a little tiny vase as well as some little tiny flowers and the hook with the towel. And I think it's beautiful. I love having this right there next to my sink in the bathroom. It's stunning.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain.
For this DIY, we're going to use another one of those 1x8. This time it's going to be about 20 inches long. I am going to, again, give it 2 coats of that latex white paint. I am going to now trim using some painter's tape. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 inch in the on the edges. This is to create a trim, almost like a frame to the sign. We're creating a bathroom sign to the front door of our bathroom. So once I have it nicely framed, I am going to use Waverly chalk paint in the ink, and I'm going to give it 1 coat and let it dry.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kind of strange. Don't even know your name.
And now I am going to place the design that I created on Cricut Design Space. I actually use one of the Cricut Design Space images already there, that little guy and the little gal, which they're holding it together there. And I added the word bathroom, and I'm just going to place it and transfer it right onto the sign. Once I was done transferring it, I screwed it in onto my bathroom door. It's not a new door, which is why I screwed it in. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I love how much humor it has. My kids love this one. It's so cute. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to create your own decor, maybe giving your own bathroom or any other room in your home a refresh, decorate and organize very easily using Cricut supplies. I want to thank Cricut for sponsoring this video. And if you're visiting for the first time, I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.